Hey Jimbo, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? Delta 4745 contact, Albuquerque approach on 127.4. Delta 4745 contact, Albuquerque approach 127.4. Delta 4745 Albuquerque Center, how do you read? Volunteer 250 Center, how do you read? Oh, did I lose everybody? That's not going to be good. That's impeccable timing, just starting a stream too, having that problem. .com 4157 Salt Lake Center, how do you read? Try reconnecting to the voice channel here. Not really sure what happened. Delta 4745 Albuquerque Center, how do you read? Do you guys lose anybody? Okay, cannot reach anybody right now. Not sure what's going on. Try completely disconnecting from the voice channel, see if that does anything. Hey, back now. Delta 4745 Albuquerque Center, how do you read? Remember, 747 November, Denver. I heard you calling. You were loud and clear. How do you read me? Okay, thanks. Are you looking for a taxi? We're 747 November, runway 35 left, taxi via Mike and Alpha. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Geneva? No, I cannot. I've lost everybody. Like, literally, I've got one person that came back, but I think he reconnected on the ground, so I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, you can try it, but yeah, for sure. I'm not sure what's up, so. Volunteer 250 Albuquerque Center, how do you read? It's very strange. Generally, when this happens, this impacts everybody, so I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I'm assuming you guys are hearing me okay on the stream, unless I'm missing something there. And remember, 4403 Romeo Chinook departure, Roger, you're loud and clear. You're going to want to call Yakima Clearance with a request out of there. We do provide top-down service there. I believe so. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, guys. I don't know how that happened. Like, I'm very confused. So I'm not sure if I got dropped somehow. It's ironic that it started around the same time that I started the stream. I have reconnected, and I've heard two people calling, but I'm not sure if maybe they disconnected and came back or what happened, but I can't seem to figure that out. So remember 4403 Romeo Yakima clearance on request, standby. And I'm sorry, who else was calling unanswered? I had two calling at once. Number 747 November, Denver Tower, runway 35 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 100 at 17, gust 22, and fly runway heading for now. I'll have a turn for you shortly after you're airborne. Number 747 November, turn right heading 105 on departure. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure what happened, guys. I would probably recommend reconnecting to the network at this point. Or if you're going to comply with lost comm procedures, by all means, feel free to practice at that too if you'd like. I really have no idea what happened. It seems to have impacted everybody that was connected, though, whatever occurred. And I mean, I've seen this happen before. It is ironic that it happened just as I started streaming. I can tell you this much: I'm hardlined right now. If you guys are hearing me on here, because I'm definitely hardline. I'm not running off a Wi-Fi signal or anything like that. So it's very strange though that happened because it doesn't look like it impacted anybody down in ZLA. But yeah, it's like the only two people that I've heard so far are two guys that have appeared to have reconnected on the ground to the network. So, and I've recycled the voice channel. Delta 3879, Salt Lake clearance. You're loud and clear. How do you read me? 3879. Okay, yeah, Roger. I'm not sure what's going on. I've lost pretty much everybody I was talking to, but it appears reconnecting to the network is what's resolving the issue. Delta 3879, Roger. Clear to San Diego Lindbergh Airport, Edith 5 departure barrel transition that is filed. Climb via the SID, except maintain 10,000, squawk 3257. Delta 3879, readback correct? You guys are not hearing the pilots on my stream. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to need to work on that then too. Because that should also be set up correctly. Try this. Remember, 1-5 Juliet Golf, Flagstaff, ground, how do you read?
Oh, here, 5x5.
Okay, thanks. Say again your request, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries, and we've been having some problems with our client. We're at the GA hangars with hotel. We'd like VFR departure west.
Remember, 1-5 Juliet Golf, Flagstaff, ground, runway 21, taxi via Alpha.
2-1 via Alpha, 1-5 Juliet Golf.
And 5 Juliet Golf, what is your aircraft type again?
A PA-28 slanch Golf.
Okay, thanks. All .com 4157 Salt Lake Center, how do you read? Yeah, sorry guys. It looks like the only thing that's going to fix this is reconnecting to the network at this point. So, I mean, I guess it's up to everybody what they want to do, but that's the only thing that looks like it's going to work. Number 47 November, contact Denver departure.
Denver departure, Boeing 747 November, 10,000, 105 heading.
Number 747 November, Denver departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 210. Turn right, heading 180.
Climb 210, right turn 180.
Albuquerque Center, volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250, Albuquerque Center, how do you read?
We got you 5 of 5, volunteer 250.
Okay, Volunteer 250, roger. You're loud and clear now as well. Reset transponder, squawk 7222, contact Denver Center, 118.57, 1857.
Alright, squawk 7222, and switch over to Denver, 118.57, so long.
Of course, that would be just my luck too. Like, I get on for my first stream back in North Dakota and I lose everybody on the radio as soon as I start the stream. So, I explained that one. It's like Murphy's Law right there.
Denver Center, good evening, volunteer 250, flight level 220.
Volunteer 250, Denver Center, roger. That is what I call a prime
And
definition of
volunteer
Murphy's
250,
Law.
just want to make sure we're all radar contact. We had to reset our transponder from the last controller.
Yeah, Volunteer 250, roger. Yeah, that hasn't changed anything in regards to your radar. Like having radar identification
Or
doesn't
copy
change
that,
anything.
volunteer.
I mean, I can see you switch the code, but again, you were under radar identification before that never was lost. And Boeing 47 November, fly heading 180, join the Denver 159er radial outbound, resume the Pikes 9 departure.
180 to join the Denver 159 outbound, resume departure, 747 November.
So at this point, what I'm going to do is just everybody that I'm no longer talking to, just move the data blocks up so that I know who's not on frequency. I mean, at this point,
Yakima
like,
clearance,
people
4403
need to
Romeo,
decide.
IFR Yakima.
Or 4403 Romeo, roger. Clearance on request, standby. I'm sorry. I'm trying to deal with a communications related problem here that we're dealing with on the network, so.
Roger that.
All right, Skype 03 Romeo, clearance available, advised ready to copy. Sorry for the delay.
We're ready to copy 4403 Romeo.
Skype 03 Romeo, clear to Yakima Airport, Natchez for departure, vectors to the Yakima VOR direct. Maintain 5,000, squawk 7133.
Clear to the Yakima Airport, Natchez 4, direct to Yakima VOR, maintain 5,000, squawk 7133, 4403 Romeo.
Skype 03 Romeo, read back correct. Expect runway 27 for departure, advised ready to taxi.
We'll advise 4403 Romeo.
What's up, Explain Master? How's it going? What's up, Canadian Bennett? Yeah, sorry guys, if you're on the stream right now and you're flying, best advice right now is to reconnect to the network. That seems to be the only thing that's working for anybody that I've lost. So I don't know if that was just a random glitch that occurred just as I started streaming or what, but having seen this issue happen before, that's the only thing that ever appears to work when this happens is reconnecting. I've recycled the voice channel on my end here, and I wasn't able to get anybody back, but anybody else that has checked back in with me has reconnected to the network, and that seems to be working. So, Yeah, sorry about that, Jambo. Again, I'm not sure what happened, man. It just happened to be Murphy's Law. Exactly when I started the stream, something happened to the communications. Boeing 47 November, contact Denver Center 127.02.
12702, 7 November.
What I'm not impressed with right now is the fact that, let's see, nobody seems to be
Yakima
complying
ground
with
system
lost comms
4403
correctly.
Romeo at the GA ramp, ready to taxi.
Let's turn this off. Alaska here definitely is late on the descent into San Francisco. That should be automatic RDOF, and then, you know, come on down. Yeah, I'm sorry, last aircraft calling unanswered, Sagan.
Yakima ground system 4403 Romeo at the GA ramp, ready to taxi. Have the weather.
Number 4403 Romeo, runway 27, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 22 at taxiway Alpha.
Denver departure, Boeing 747 November.
Taxi
I think I
runway
got the wrong
27
frequency.
Alpha.
What was it again?
Cross 22 at Alpha 4403 Romeo.
Remember 47 November, it's 127.02.
2702, 7 November.
But yeah, Alaska here should be starting down into San
Denver Center,
Francisco.
Boeing
That's
747 November 180.
remember 747 November, Denver Center, Roger. Verify climbing flight level 210.
I guess I got those numbers backwards. 210, we're climbing now.
147 November, Roger. Continue climb to flight level 310. Yeah, the 180 heading should have been assigned to join the departure, and then flight level 210 was assigned for altitude.
Roger. Yeah, I got it backwards. My bad. Climbing to 310, 747 November.
Roger. How can I host to another streamer? Just the host command, Jambo. If you type in /host and then space and then enter the
Center citation 4 Alpha. How do you hear me?
Station 4 Alpha, Denver Center. You're loud and clear. I'm sorry. I lost everybody that I was talking to in the air. Reconnecting to the network seems to be the only thing that's been working. Squawk 2105.
Hey, 2105, and that's exactly what I just did for 4 Alpha. And if we could we get lower, please?
And again, it's like if you needed lower, probably should have started down. Remember 4 Alpha Roger, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 190, and the Denver correction, I'll have lower for you shortly after that. Just be advised, if you ever run into an issue like that, you can't reach us and you need to start descending, just feel free to start down on the arrival if you need to. And again, if you can't reach us, you got to comply with lost comms at that point. So the sooner you can check on that, I guess, the better.
Okay, Roger. We'll take note of that for future reference, 4 Alpha.
Because, I mean, like, again, in this situation here, don't wait forever to start down. Alaska is still sitting at flight level 340 right now at a point where he should definitely be down near probably 16,000, 14,000 feet on the arrival. And it's like, if you guys experience the lost comm stuff, start complying with what you would do in a lost comm situation. It's like, you know, you're going to start down via the arrival. There's no contact with ATC. Don't sit there and wait, because it's really just making things worse. Remember, for Alpha Roger, radar contact reestablished about 40 miles southwest of Denver. Altitude indicates flight level 265.
Alright, that checks. Thank you, 4 Alpha.
And remember, for Alpha, descend to maintain 17,000. Denver altimeter is 3000.
Alright, 17,000 for Alpha.
Yeah, and
Good
in
evening,
that
Vinny
case,
6920 Charlie. I'd like to pick up my FR clearance to Hanford.
remember, 6920 Charlie, Fresno, clearance on request, standby. Citation for Alpha, contact Denver, approach on 126.1.
26.1 for Alpha.
Flagstaff ground, Baron 747 radio check.
I think it was Baron 747 calling Flagstaff ground, loud and clear.
Approach citation for Alpha flight level 215,
Yakima
descending
Tower, Cessna
17,000 with
440
the weather
Romeo,
on
holding
Centennial.
short, runway
Denver
27,
Center,
ready to take off.
1170 Bravo, still squawking at 6544, or trouble with the network.
117 Bravo, affirmative. Yeah, stay on your present beacon code for now. I lost everybody before, so I'm just repicking everybody up. Disconnecting, reconnecting to network's the only thing that's working. Resume on navigation, maintain VFR. I'll have a local altimeter for you in just a minute.
Resume navigation, maintain VFR, 70 Bravo.
November 4 Alpha, you were blocked by 2 other pilots checking in. Verify ATIS information uniform at Centennial. I think they're landing south right now. I'm double checking that. Say approach request if you have one.
Okay, Roger, and stand by for your approach request, please, for Alpha.
I'm not sure if they're north or south, actually. It's not very clear on FlightAware. I know Denver's been north.
If they're landing south, we can do the RNAV runway 17 lift.
Let's have a look here. Yeah, they are south right now. Citation for Alpha Roger. Expect that. Descend to maintain 12,000.
12,000 for Alpha.
Yakima Tower, Cessna 4403 Romeo, holding short, 27, ready to take off.
Number 4403 Romeo, Yakima Tower, wind 290 at 11, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 27, 4403 Romeo.
Twin Star 70 Bravo, Rawlings, altimeter 29091.
29901, 70 Bravo.
Citation for Alpha, turn left heading 350, vector to final.
Left turning 350 for Alpha.
This is entertaining too, trying to look up like a speed demon approach stuff here to figure out if I can vector to these approaches or if I need full procedure. It's like, okay, good times. I have no idea if I missed anybody else calling or not. Looks like people are starting to reconnect now, so maybe they're figuring this out. Okay, Alaska just dropped off. Citation for Alpha to send to maintain 9,000.
9,000 for Alpha.
Yeah, Jimbo, I'm back up north now. I've been back up for about 5 days, and it's been nothing short of one problem after another since I've been back. Can't even begin to explain it. Station 4 Alpha, turn left heading 340.
I think 340 now for Alpha.
I've had a lot of issues occur over the last few days here. So, Super Bowl party I was at last night, which I was finally kind of able to simmer down and relax and enjoy for a little bit, which was nice. I fully intended to be working this weekend, but that just was not in Murphy's Law of Cards. So, as we're quickly learning, it seems like I tend to be cursed when it comes to that stuff. Skyx 03 Romeo, contact Chinook departure.
Contacting Chinook departure, 4403 Romeo.
All right.
Chinook departure, Cessna 4403 Romeo. 3000, climbing 5000.
Remember 4403 Romeo, Chinook departure, radar contact. Twin Star 70 Bravo, contact Salt Lake Center 133.25.
133.25, 70 Bravo.
Looks like this guy reconnected, but he hasn't checked back in with us yet, so try reaching out to him. Remember 701 Golf Tango, Salt Lake Center, how do you read?
1,500.
5 701 Golf Tango.
1 Golf Tango, Roger. Sorry, I lost everybody before due to a communications-related issue, so reconnecting was the only thing that was going to resolve that. Squawk 7470 when you get a chance, please.
7470 701 Golf Tango.
Remember 1170 Bravo, Salt Lake Center, maintained VFR.
Maintaining VFR, 70 Bravo.
Citation 4 Alpha, just had to maintain 8,000.
8,000 for Alpha.
Number 701 Golf Tango, radar contact reestablished 50 miles north of Milford. Altitude indicates flight level 280. Sky X03 Romeo, turn right, direct to Yakima VOR. Say approach request will enable if you have one.
Right, direct Yakima will advise on approach request when able, 4403 Romeo.
Citation 4 Alpha, turn right, direct to lower, intercept the RNAV, runway 17 left, final approach course.
Okay, right,
Or
direct
join,
lower,
I should say
and we'll
join.
intercept the final approach course for Alpha.
So, yeah, out of the picture for 6 days from ATC, and it's amazing how much I've forgotten working today too. Like just like having to go look up frequencies and everything. It's like it's in one ear and out the other after like 5 days. Yeah,
Salt Lake City ground, Delta
Salt Lake City.
3879 at spot 6 with Oscar, ready for taxi.
Salt Lake City is kind of unique. I've seen them go north even with a calm wind. Out of the north, they'll go north sometimes, and I think it has to do more with traffic flow than anything. Delta 3879 Salt Lake ground. I believe you were calling for taxi runway 34 right, taxi via hotel.
That's affirmative. 34 right to hotel, Delta 3870.
Remember 6920 Charlie. Sorry for the delay. Clearance available. Advise ready to copy.
I'm ready to copy when you are, sir.
Winnie 20 Charlie, cleared to Hanford Airport. On departure, fly runway heading. Expect radar vectors by Salia VOR direct. Maintain 4,000. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 5472.
6920 Charlie, cleared to the Hanford Airport. Fly runway headings. Radar vectors to Visalia direct. 4,000. 11906. Squawk 547220 Charlie.
Winnie 20 Charlie, read back correct. Citation for Alpha, cross lower at 7,800. Clear to RNAV, runway 17 left approach.
Alright, lower at 7,800, clear for the RNAV 17 left for Alpha.
What's up, Delta 213? How's it going, man? No, I have not received a whisper yet.
Chinook departure, Cessna 4403 Romeo. Request the RNAV Whiskey approach via OPIS. Have the weather.
You're 03 Romeo. I'm sorry, say again your approach request.
request to approach RNAV Whiskey for 27 via OPIS 4403 Romeo.
Skag 03 Romeo, roger, expect that.
Will expect 4403 Romeo.
Skag 03 Romeo, proceed direct to OPIS. Cross OPIS at or above 4,700. It cleared RNAV Whiskey, runway 17, correction, runway 27 approach.
Direct OPIS, cross OPIS at 4,700. Cleared for the RNAV Whiskey 27 4403 Romeo.
Salt Lake Center, Freewing 318, on the ground at Bozeman. Request IFR to Idaho Falls, please.
Freewing 318, Salt Lake Center, roger, clearance on request, standby.
And Fresno ground, Mooney 6920 Charlie is at the fuel, ready for takeoff, or ready to taxi to takeoff.
Number 6920 Charlie, Fresno ground, runway 29 left. Taxi via Bravo 7 Bravo.
Alright, 29 left, taxi Bravo, Bravo 7 Bravo 20 Charlie.
20 Charlie, it's runway 29 left, taxi via Bravo 7 Bravo.
Alright, 29 left, taxi Bravo 7 Bravo 20 Charlie.
Citation 4 Alpha, contact Centennial Tower 118.9er.
Over to tower, 4 Alpha. Centennial Tower, citation 4 Alpha, RNAV, runway 17 left.
Station 4 Alpha, Centennial Tower, wind 100 at 9er, runway 17 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 17 left, 4 Alpha.
Freewings 318, clearance.
Freewing 318 here, ready to copy.
Freewings 318, cleared from the Bozeman Airport to Idaho Falls Airport via the Du Bois VOR direct. Maintain 16,000, departure frequency 118.907, squawk 2062, hold for release.
Cleared to the Du Bois VOR, then direct, maintain 16,000, frequency 118.907, squawk 2062, hold for release, Freewing 318.
Freewings 318, read back correct, advise number 1 for departure.
Salt Lake City Tower, Delta 3879, short of 34 right, ready for departure.
Delta 3879, Salt Lake Tower, wind 270 at 4, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Delta 3879.
Boeing 47 November, contact Albuquerque Center 128.22.
12822 747 November. Albuquerque, Boeing 747 November 310.
Number 747 November, Albuquerque Center, roger. Thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate it. I think I missed a few people here. I'm not sure exactly who I've missed.
Constitution 4 Alpha, clear 17 left at Alpha 8 going to signature.
I'll look at it in a second. I think Streamlabs wasn't connected again to my stuff, which again is not surprising. Seems like everything's not working. Remember 4 Alpha, Roger. Taxi via Alpha to the ramp this frequency.
Alpha to the ramp this frequency 4 Alpha.
Signatures off Alpha from
Denver Center, Volunteer 250 looking for lower.
Volunteer 250 descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 16,000, and the Aspen altimeter is 29 or 9 or 8.
9 or 8, and our discretion on the 16,000 Volunteer 250.
Yeah, appreciate the follows, those guys. It's like Vita, Love. I'm not sure who's all here right now. Chopper 2003, Fly 7007, the Maverick. What you talking about, Willis? Welcome to the frequency, guys. Appreciate it. I don't know who's all here. I don't know how long ago I got those follows. It's been like a week since I've streamed, so I apologize. But if you're here, welcome. Thanks for the follows again. Delta 3879, contact Salt Lake departure.
Over departure, Delta 3879.
And sorry to those of you guys, too, who were really interrupted by the frequency-related issue that occurred. I really have no idea what happened. I really do not think that that was relevant to my streaming, because I can't imagine me starting up my stream actually just caused all of a sudden everybody to lose the connectivity to the voice channel, because my streaming is entirely separate from what happens on PilotEdge.
Salt Lake City departure, Delta 3879, 7000, climbing 10,000.
Delta 3879, Salt Lake departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain flight level 230, Delta 3879.
Boeing 47 November, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Discretion 240, 47 November.
And I'm not sure. Delta 213, you said you sent me a whisper. It's funny, nothing is showing up here. Dismiss that. I don't know
Salt
if
Lake
I have to
Center,
update this.
318, holding short runway 30, ready for IFR release.
I have to update the application here. For 3 wings 318, Roger, time 0413 and 1/2, clearance void if not off within 10 minutes. Report airborne on course, released for departure. Advise us not later than 0430 of intentions if not off by 0423.
Cleared until 0403 Zulu. Will advise airborne or otherwise on this frequency, on departure frequency. 3 wings 318.
3 wings 318, Roger. Void if not off within 10 minutes, so 0423 will be the void time.
Right. Cleared until 0423 Zulu. Will advise airborne or otherwise after that. Fine. 3 wings 318.
3 wings 318, Roger. Read back correct. Change to advisory frequency approved. Delta 3879, verify climbing flight level 230.
Okay, climbing 230, Delta 3879.
What's up, Fred? How's it going, man? Thank you. Yeah, it was okay. I was just talking to everybody about that a little bit. Ran into a number of problems once I got back here.
Flashing up there, but no targets are flashing at me.
Okay. Let's see if I can talk to Sean about this here 1 second. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what happened before, man. I lost everybody on comms, and that happened exactly when I started streaming, which I think is just pure irony.
It's pure coincidence because I lost everybody on comms as well.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, so the handoff that I've got for you is 15 northwest of Bryce Canyon, flight level 280, November 701 Golf Tango.
Radar contact, got him, thanks.
All right, Edge. November 701 Golf Tango, contact LA Center 133.55. Good night.
Oh, 3355 for 701 Golf Tango. See ya.
Volunteer 250, contact Aspen Approach 123.8.
Howard approach, good day. Volunteer 250. Aspen approach, good evening. Volunteer 250, 16,300 down to 16,000. We'd like to do the Roaring Fork visual for runway 15 if we can. We have whiskey.
Volunteer 250, Aspen Approach, Roger. Showing a ceiling of 5,500 broken, 7,000 overcast. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to work you down low enough for that approach, but if you do get the field and you'd like that, just advise.
Volunteer 250, my apologies. Last time I looked at the weather, it was not that low.
0353.
Tell you what, stand by for an approach for Volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250, Roger. Localizer DME Echo would be advertised right now. Showing information Charlie right now. That's a 0353 Zulu automated weather. Because I think that tower's actually closed right now, but obviously we keep it open. Boeing 47 November, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain a 1000, standby for an altimeter.
Roger, discretion 1000, 47 November.
Boeing 47 November, Amarillo, altimeter is 3006.
Roger.
Delta 3879, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
135.77, Delta 3879.
Salt Lake Center, Fairings 318, 8,000, climbing
Salt Lake
16,000.
City Center, Delta 3879, 21.7, climbing flight level 230.
Fairings 318, Salt Lake Center, ident.
Ident, Fairings 318.
Delta 3879, Salt Lake Center, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Climb maintain flight level 380, Delta 3879.
Volunteer 250, we'd like to do the VOR DME Charlie approach.
Volunteer 250, Roger. I have your request. Stand by. Freewing 318, radar contact 10 miles south of Bozeman. Bozeman altimeter 29 maintain 16,000.
Maintain 16,000, Fairings 318.
Volunteer 250, are you looking for the full approach or vectors to final?
Volunteer 250, if we can get vectors to red table, that'd be good.
Volunteer 250, Roger, expect vectors to join the final.
Copy that, Volunteer 250.
What's up, Brett? Man, how's it going? Thanks. Yeah, I'm wearing my C90 shirt.
Flagstaff ground, Cherokee 15 Juliet Golf is at GA ramp with weather VFR approach to the west. Apologies for the crash earlier.
Number 15 Juliet Golf, Flagstaff ground, runway 21, taxi via Alpha.
21 by Alpha, 15 Juliet Golf.
What's going on, Coffee? How's it going, man? What's up, Sean? So Sean did confirm with me that apparently that whole voice issue that just occurred was actually just coincidental that it happened to be when I started streaming. So because it did happen down there too, apparently. So yeah, if you guys ever see that happen, or if you know, all of a sudden it just goes quiet and it doesn't sound like it should go quiet, and if you try reaching out to us like once or twice and you're not reaching us, best bet's probably just to disconnect and reconnect. Usually that'll fix it. There seems to be some sort of a hiccup that occurs with the voice server where we see that happen from time to time, and it's like the only way to resolve it. So I mean, unless you really want to practice your lost comm procedures, that's like my best advice. What's up, Matt? How's it going? Yeah, I see that you're airborne there. I see that you're flying. But yeah, it's been a hell of the last like 5 days or so. I got to experience first water pipe heating system pipe break since I've been up in North Dakota, which was definitely nothing short of a disaster. So I mean, if anyone has ever experienced one of those, it is definitely not fun. And it was especially the time that it occurred in the morning. I was staying over at a friend's place, and it was definitely not fun. Yeah. So, needless to say, I was intending on working this weekend, but a bunch of stuff came up. Ended up having a friend come into town from Omaha. He's a regional airline first officer, and so I was catching up with him and stuff. I went to a Super Bowl party last night. So one thing led to another this weekend, and it just turned into, okay, I'm not setting up for work until Sunday night. So I actually didn't get a chance to. It was literally like after midnight my time last night, and I started getting my computer and everything together and getting all my electronics back in order, setting everything up. So I've been working on that throughout most of the day today. But it is nice to be back home. It's really, really nice to be back on my regular computer setup. I really do love this setup. It's great. It's a lot more user-friendly than what I was doing in Florida. But it looks like we're finally starting to take shape for the most part with things since getting back last week. So. Yeah, and the thing is, I was staying at my friend's place in a condo, and
Volunteer 250 any chance to get lower for icing.
Volunteer 250 to center maintain 14,000.
14,000 volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250 turn left heading 360 vectors to final.
360 on the heading vectors final volunteer 250.
Anyways, it was about it was around 5 o'clock in the morning that it occurred. And I was fast asleep. I had pool leagues the night before. So anyways, I didn't get home till late. I probably got back to her place like around 1:30ish in the morning, give or take. And anyways, I wake up getting jabbed in the side. And she's like, AJ, what the hell is that? And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I hear the water running and stuff. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about that. It's just the sprinklers. I've been in Florida for the past 7 weeks, so it's like I hear the sprinklers, and that's like a normal thing at that hour for the sprinkler system to come on. So of course I'm kind of half buzzed anyways, as is from pool leagues, and I'm like not even thinking about the fact that there should be no sprinklers on when it's minus 15 outside. So, so yeah, turned on the light, got up real quick, and yeah, the water was just pouring out of the pipe, just right out of the heating system. We had to call emergency management, who happened to not be on site. That took them quite a long time to get in to work on fixing the issue, and I was even more upset at the fact that they couldn't just walk me through where to find the emergency valve to turn off the pipes, because I would have probably just done that myself. But they told us don't do anything, just wait till someone gets there, and of course that probably resulted in more damage than any benefit, that's for sure. Volunteer 250, turn 10 degrees left.
10 left, volunteer 250.
So yeah, that's my first time dealing with a broken pipe. And that still issue is not resolved yet either because, well, she may need a place to stay for a little bit while they replace some things. I'm supposed to be finding out within the next day or two whether or not they're going to have to replace the carpeting and stuff. I guess they have to go in and inspect it. And just working with management to get them to get in there, and we had to bring industrial fans in there to start, getting the carpet taken care of and take a dehumidifier in there, which also broke, so I had to work on that. I was up way earlier than I wanted to be, so it kind of screwed up my Friday pretty good, as well as hers. So it was definitely not a fun time. Sky 03 Romeo, contact Yakima Tower 133.25.
Tower 133.25, 4403 Romeo.
Yeah, definitely not a fun experience. That was just the beginning of the troubles that occurred last week. So, Volunteer 250, turn right, heading 080.
080 on the heading, Volunteer 250.
When you can get a $1,200 monitor for $12, yeah, I know. Yeah, this is a really great monitor. I tried. I'm doing something different here too.
4403 Romeo on the RNAV Whiskey, inbound Oaks.
Remember 4403 Romeo, Yakima Tower, Roger. Runway 27, clear to land, wind 280 at 6. How will this approach terminate?
27 clear to land. This will terminate in a pull top. 4403 Romeo.
03 Romeo, Roger. Probably should have checked approach with that first, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm trying something different. Like I watched a YouTube video when I was in Florida on the monitor itself, and I did find out just today that you can actually I can angle it backwards. So I've actually got it angled a little bit sideways now, so it's actually facing upward a little bit more, and it's a little bit easier on my sitting position actually looking at it this way. Not to mention it's more realistic as well, having it angled forward a little. So I'm actually more pleased with the way that I've got this set up today than I had it before. Keep learning something new about this monitor like every day, it seems. So some pretty cool functionality. A Volunteer 250, 6 miles from Red Table, turn right heading 140, maintain 14,000 until established on the final approach course, clear to VOR DME Charlie approach, circle runway 15.
140 on the heading, and we'll maintain 14,000 established on the final approach course. And cleared localized, or VOR DME Charlie, Volunteer 250.
Boeing 47 November, contact Amarillo approach 119.5.
19.5, Boeing 47 November.
Sure, Jonesy's actually going to join the final approach course here. Yeah, Volunteer 250, you're through the final approach course now. Turn back to the right, heading 170 to join.
170 to join Volunteer 250.
He's going to be joining pretty much at Red Table
Amarillo
right now.
approach, Boeing 747 November. We're 11,000. We got Yankee, expecting visual.
Still should be okay there. Just needs to be at or above 13.7 there. So, the Volunteer 250, just going to maintain 13,700 until established.
13,700 until established, Volunteer 250.
Alright. November 747 November, Amarillo approach, Roger. Expect a visual approach runway 4. If you have another request, please advise.
We'll expect that 47 November.
Oops. I'll probably at some point be getting back into some VATSIM related content, Brett. There's a lot of people that want to see that. So, and honestly, I do miss it. I really do actually miss working working center sometimes. It's been like 2 months since I've really done anything, if not slightly longer, on VATSIM. So, yeah, I do intend to get back into some streaming for that content. That'll probably be within the next like month or so. I did request an LOA, which was recently approved. So I'm not really intending on being fully back into that probably until close to the end of this month at this point. I do have plans not this weekend, but next weekend. I'll probably be working quite a bit, to be honest with you. Since I didn't work this weekend, I'll probably be working pretty much nonstop through middle of next week at least. Actually, closer to the end of the week. Boeing 47 November, descend to maintain 8,000.
8,000 Boeing 47 November.
Volunteer 250, contact Aspen Tower 118.85.
Over to the tower, so long, Volunteer 250. Aspen Tower, good evening. Volunteer 250 established on the VOR, give me 15.
Volunteer 250, Aspen Tower, roger. Circle north for a modified straight in runway 15, runway 15 clear to land, wind call.
Alright, circle north, runway 15 clear to land, Volunteer 250.
The way that approach like lines up with 15 and stuff, it's like, yeah, the circling instructions are there, but it doesn't like, it's almost like a straight in, pretty much. So it's like, yeah, circle north for a modified straight in final. It's like the only way that I could really say that. I've heard that used before in reality a few times too, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just going to use that
SF Tower,
phraseology.
Cherokee 15 Julie Golf, holding short 21 at Alpha 1, and we'll go VFR departure south. That's a change from what we told you before.
Number 15 Juliet Golf, Flagstaff Tower, roger, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, wind 190 at 6, and straight out departure approved.
Clear for takeoff 21, straight out departure approved 15 Julie Golf.
Boeing 47 November, turn right heading 180, vector 2 final.
Right turn 180, 47 November.
Delta 3879, say altitude.
They're at 36.3, trying to get to 38, Delta 3879.
3879, roger. Yeah, I just want to make sure you weren't leveling off here. What are you showing for a climb rate right now?
Only getting about 600 right now, Delta 3879.
Okay, thanks. Let's keep that in mind, guys. Like 500 feet per minute at least. If you're not able, advise ATC. And I mean, it's not like anybody's going to do anything. If anything, they just need it for planning purpose information. You know, whether or not they've got to worry about some other traffic that they're trying to get you on top of. But yeah, at least a 500 foot per minute climb or descent. If unable, advise ATC. Yeah, this is my full-time job. When you do, you can return yourself to the active roster via your profile now. Okay, nice. Sounds good. I will take a look at that when I get a chance. Remember, 47 November, descended, maintained 6,000.
6,000 now for Boeing 747 November.
Boeing 47 November, advise Amarillo Airport in sight to be off your 10 o'clock position in 10 miles.
Yeah, looks like I got a 747 November.
Boeing 47 November, roger. Enter left downwind, clear to visual approach, runway 4.
Enter left downwind, clear visual, runway 4, 747 November.
Watch Jonesy land here in one of these monitors. And I'm still playing around with OBS too. I had a little bit of time to work on it tonight. I'm not 100% thrilled with the way I've got it laid out yet. I'm probably going to eliminate one of the camera views from a couple of the streams just to clean it up a little bit more. But it's taken me like a few hours just playing around with everything today, getting the computer updated, getting kind of familiar with some of the new stuff that's going on here, as well as just getting kind of back up to speed, unpacking at the same time. And yeah, so lots of multitasking today. It's definitely going to be hit the pillow time for me as soon as network close hits tonight, that's for sure. I'm already starting to lose steam, so. Yeah, Fallsburg, you make a good point there too. Step climb is good. That's always good to consider if you think it's going to be a super slow climb. But you know, I have heard it.
Tower, Volunteer 250 clear on Alpha 3 going to Atlantic, and we have a pirate for you.
Volunteer 250, Roger. Join Alpha to the ramp. Monitor ground point Niner. Go ahead with your pirate actually before.
All right, Alpha to the ramp, and on short approach, we basically had a weather update. It's showing about light to moderate snow now, and broke out at about 1300 AGL, roughly.
All right, Volunteer 250, Roger. Thanks. Taxi via Alpha to the ramp. Monitor ground point Niner. Take care.
Ground point Niner, so long. Volunteer 250.
Boeing 47 November. Contact Amarillo Tower 118.3.
Over to Tower 18-3, 47 November. Amarillo Tower, Boeing 747 November, visual, runway 4.
Remember 747 November, Amarillo Tower, wind 050 at 14, runway 4, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 4, 747 November.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I did buy a second cam, so I've got the I bought the C922X when I was down in Florida, which is the only one that I was using when I was there towards the end of the trip. I figured like I'll try this for now. I'm using the C920 just for the back end cam, and then the C922 for the front facing cam. The C922X does a little bit better. I noticed with the low lighting conditions because I like to keep it very, very dark in my room. So it tends to kind of pick up a little bit more on the differences with the lighting, or at least so I've noticed. So I figure I'll use that one for the front-facing cam, and then I'll just use the 920 for the back one, which is just over the shoulder right now. And again, I've just got that like on a boom right now, just kind of linked up to something. So I guess we'll see how that works for now. I may still play around with how that's going to be set up. I might try to get it a little higher so it's kind of angled down over the desk a little bit more. It's a little bit more easy to see. So I don't know. I'll play around with it over the next few days, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, you're right. It does. It looks like the bot is not working. That's fun. Interesting. Oh, wait, there it goes. Oh, it just kicked in. Delta 3879, contact LA Center 133.55, so long.
133.55, Delta 3879, so long.
Salt Lake Center, frequency 318 at 16,000. Have Idaho Falls weather and approach request. Request the RNAV Yankee, runway 20, full approach from Dubois, please.
Frequency 318, Roger. Cross Dubois at or above 10,000. Clear to RNAV Yankee, runway 20 approach. Report established on the final approach course. Inbound.
Cross Dubois at or above 10,000. Cleared for the RNAV Yankee, runway 20. We'll report on final. Thank you, frequency 318.
Oh yeah, it needs to be modded. Why is that? I must have missed your. I must have missed. I think you mentioned something about that not being the case, and I'm actually trying to figure out how to do it right now too. Hang on. Okay, should be fixed now. Boeing 7, correction, Boeing 47 November, taxi via Papa to the ramp this frequency. Take care.
Boeing 47 November to the ramp with you. Thanks for that.
I still don't like. Honestly, it's like I'm trying to use the Twitch app to keep up with everything, but I'm still not 100% happy with the way this application works. I still actually prefer using the website when I need to like go in and pay attention to everything. It's just a little bit more user friendly. Like it seems like the video is more up to date with it and stuff. I'll try refreshing, see if this actually makes a difference. It's just like it seems like the video gets so far behind, and it's like I just like to keep tabs on it to make sure I'm not missing something on the video, but the application seems to run so much farther behind, like in terms of lag, than the website does. It's kind of strange. Not sure why that is. So we can take a look at Freewing's approach here to Idaho Falls. See if I can actually draw it out. So I've finally got I've got access again to use Epic Pen, which I'm really happy about. I wasn't able to use this on stream because, well, down in Florida it just wasn't working. Something to do with the way the graphics card was set up, but now we should not have a problem with that. So if I do the line tool, basically the way this approach is going to work, and actually let me clear this, start over. The way this approach is going to work here, Freewings is going to be tracking out towards Yaga.
Volunteer 250, luck and pick up our Florida Dixon.
I'm then tracking down towards Idaho Falls this way here. Let me get Volunteer's clearance real quick. Volunteer 250 Aspen clearance, roger, cleared at Dixon Airport, Linz 8 departure, red table transition that is filed. Climb via the SID, squawk 7024.
Alright, clear to the Dixon Airport, Lens 8, red table, then is filed, climb via SID, squawk 7024, Volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250, readback correct? So Yagap has kind of a required hold here on the chart, which is going to go more or less kind of around like this. And actually, I'm sorry, there is no procedure turn from his leg, so actually he'll just be straight in. So that's not correct, sorry. It's going to be Dubois direct to Yagap, and then just join the final approach course directly inbound. So no procedure turn there, so that's probably more or less due to terrain. And it looks like no procedure turn on any of the initial approach fixes, aside from if you are direct to Yagap. And I have no doubt that's due to terrain. Yeah, you're correct, Coffee. Sorry about that. Yeah, I wasn't looking at that. So yeah, we started providing service to Jackson Hole. That happened a couple days after. Actually, I think it happened the day that I left, or maybe it was the day after. But just started with Jackson Hole. That's one, and then also haven't talked to anybody out of Casper yet. But this airport over here, Casper, Wyoming.
Mr. Lee! Mr. Lee! What the hell happened? Where's the roof of our car?
And anyways, yeah. So Jackson Hole is new. Thanks for the follow. Oh, it's me. Thanks for testing it, I guess. That had to be through Streamlabs. Appreciate it. Yeah. Should have been working before. It was working. I just followed myself, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. If you test the Streamlabs thing, and I'm guessing that's what Mike just did here. Thanks for following yourself. Yeah, exactly. Yep. What's up, Liam? How's it going? So yeah, Casper and Jackson Hole are the new airports that we've got now, apparently. I've just worked a couple departures out of here so far today. No arrivals yet, so Twin Star will be our first one, although he's just flying visually. I know a lot of people are happy about Jackson Hole because that definitely was a very popular destination even prior to us opening. That was pretty popular one to go to. The other thing that's really tricky about this too with the streaming, and what I may opt to do here is after the stream I'll probably play around with actually just moving the camera. I'll probably create like another scene and just do something separate so there's not so much camera activity on the right hand side of the monitor. It really does take up a lot of the scope. So just wanted to kind of just let everyone know that I was back tonight at the very least. I did want to get on and do a stream because it's been so long. So just kind of temporarily set up for now. Be some adjustments being made to it though over the next couple days. But it is difficult trying to set up the primary scope to actually display enough detail because it's such a damn big monitor that like if I were to just reduce it all the way down so that it was, you see the whole square thing on the stream, you guys wouldn't be able to make anything out on it. It just wouldn't make any sense to try to broadcast like that. So I have to zoom in onto part of the scope. So even when I'm like looking at the big picture here, I can see the entire thing on my monitor, which you guys can see here, but you guys are only seeing, I don't know, I've probably got it zoomed in at least 20% from where it's actually set on my viewpoint. Am I disconnected? No, I shouldn't be. You know what? It could be coffee. Actually, it may have fallen outside of the receiver range from the frequency that you were on before. Yeah, you may need to switch over to 2835. Sorry about that, because I think I had you on the departure frequency from earlier still. Yeah, because it looks like the area frequency would be actually 2835.
Passing ground, volunteer 250 at Atlantic with Risky, ready for taxi.
Volunteer 250, ground runway 33, taxi via Alpha.
33 via Alpha, volunteer 250.
I think Freedom 318, Salt Lake, you're loud and clear. Sorry, I forgot to switch you over to an area frequency. Do you read me?
I can. Freedom 318 here on short final, runway 20 in Idaho.
Freedom 318, roger. Radar service terminated. Report cancellation of IFR in the air or on the ground. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Okay, well, I'm crossing the threshold now, so you
okay.
can go ahead and cancel my IFR. Thank you, Freedom 318.
Freedom 318, roger. IFR cancellation received. Take care. Sorry about that, Coffee. Yeah, I should have switched you over to Probably 2835 would have been the most appropriate frequency, but we've got the receiver going across. I think it's on 3225 through that sector there, through that whole northern part. I just left you on that Bozeman frequency that we had you on before, which obviously the range doesn't extend all the way down to Idaho Falls, as we now know. What's up, Jay Falcon? How's it going, man? Twin Star 7 Sierra Bravo, advise when you have Jackson Hole in sight. The altimeter there, 290902.
We'll advise 290902, 7 Sierra Bravo.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been nothing short of an adventure the last few days being home. This is my first day back since returning. Had full intentions of working this weekend, but just wasn't really in the cards. So, but should be back on a regular streaming schedule starting this week. Going to be a few more changes that need to go on with regards to the stream. Some of which will be fairly large changes, but I'll keep you guys updated about that through the Discord and stuff. And again, I'm still kind of trying to get OBS set up to a point that I'm going to be happy with it here too. I'm probably going to start dabbling around with the new Streamlabs one too. They have that. I don't know how stable that is. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have been messing around with it at all. But apparently the new Streamlabs OBS is supposed to be pretty
Tower
neat.
Volunteer 250, ready to go runway 33. Looks like this weather seems to be getting worse and worse. Time to get out of here.
Volunteer 250 Aspen Tower, runway 33, cleared for takeoff. Wind calm.
33, clear for takeoff. Volunteer 250.
Yeah, I need to mess around with that new Streamlabs OBS because that does look pretty cool. I just don't know how stable it is yet. Couple weeks from now, I'm supposed to be going to Bismarck. That's supposed to be 2 weekends from now. That's for a state pool tournament. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be playing for a team this year. Kind of our team that we play for here in Grand Forks. Looks like majority of our team members are actually not going to be attending. So if I do play for a team, it's probably going to be fairly last minute, and it's going to be just probably jumping on someone's team that needs an extra person, like a sub or something, because somebody couldn't make it. But it should be a fun weekend as long as I can actually make it out there. That would be a Thursday through Sunday trip for me, so probably get back late on Sunday night. Yeah, I know when it first came out last month, Jay Falcon, there were definitely some glitches with it, but it looks like once they get like worked through that, if they haven't already through some of those issues, it should be pretty neat. So I'll have to play around with it and see. Of course, I got a message here on Facebook from one of the pilots that was flying, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened." So yeah, apparently, like whatever happened just when I started streaming there, it must have impacted the whole network too, because Sean said he had the same problem. Volunteer 250 contact departure.
Departure Volunteer 250.
Jonesy, you're on your old beacon code still.
Departure Volunteer 250, 11,800, climbing for 16,000.
Volunteer 250 Aspen departure radar contact. Check assigned transponder code should be 7024. Climb and maintain flight level 200.
7024, and can say altitude again for Volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Flight level 200, Volunteer 250.
X-split, okay. I haven't looked into that at all, J Falcon. I haven't actually tried that one. I've been thinking about, like, playing around with some other sort of streaming related websites and stuff just to see what's out there. I'm sure I'll probably start playing around with some of that stuff just to see what's going to work best. Nice to be back though, but it is freezing cold outside. It is absolutely frigid outside. It's like I don't know, last I looked it was like 4 below now. Well, I'm sorry, 7 below. So I guess it's supposed to be a low of 11 below zero tonight. It's nice in here though. The room is nice and comfortable. Just crank the heat up. Volunteer 250, turn right direct to red table.
Right turn direct red table, Volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250, contact Denver Center on 120.47 for hire.
12047, so long, Volunteer 250.
Yeah, it's a night and day difference, man, between Florida and up here, that's for sure.
Denver Center, good evening. Volunteer
Anywhere
250,
down south for that matter.
16,700, climbing flight level 200, direct red table.
Volunteer 250, Denver Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 220.
220, Volunteer 250.
What altitude is this guy at? I can't see. 10.5, alright. Twin Star 7 Sierra Bravo, use caution for VFR traffic, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 mile, same direction, altitude indicates 10,500, type unknown.
1170 Bravo, traffic is in sight.
And I'm pretty sure that there were drones that were operating in and out of Jackson Hole before, so I'm not sure if they've all been removed yet or not. But both of this target here and this target both appear to be heading towards Jackson Hole, so I'm kind of wondering what's going on there. Guess we'll find out. Yep, yeah, it's gonna be kind of chilly here for at least another couple months. Oh, they don't land there. Okay, they just overfly it. All right. Yeah, it's that's Fahrenheit. Minus 22. I mean, it's cold out, but I'll tell you what. Like, I just bought a couple new, what do you call them, hoodies from Under Armour. I mean, they're like $60 hoodies. I just went to Shields and picked a couple of those up, and dude, they do the trick. Like, honestly, as long as I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, if I throw one of those hoodies on, even if it's like below zero outside, if I'm only outside for about 10 or 15 minutes max, like at a time, it's really not bad. Like, I don't know. I don't even need to wear a winter coat. And I hate how bulky winter coats are and stuff, especially like if I'm going around to go shoot pool and stuff like that. I don't like
Salt Lake
carrying around all
City,
that stuff. So
Salt Lake Center, 1170 Bravo, airport is in sight.
correction. Remember 117 Sierra Bravo, Roger. Radar service terminated. Squawk and maintain a VFR. Contact Jackson Tower.
Maintain squawk VFR, contacting tower, 70 Bravo.
The trackball I generally use when I'm controlling. It's just not as efficient to run it all the time with VRC. I will use it intermittently, like I'll switch between it, but I actually find I can pan and stuff and move around a lot quicker using the mouse and VRC. I tend to use the trackball more so when I'm doing controlling on ERAM or stars. Like if I'm doing any VATS and related stuff, it's more realistic. But if I need to really like move around quick, it's easier for me to go to the mouse with VRC. It's far easier to work around the scope. It's like it seems like the touch points, like with doing things with the trackball on VRC, it's. I mean, I can do it. It's just I prefer the mouse with this application. It's a little bit more user friendly. Of course, I mean, I don't even use the drop-down menus or anything to that nature with the data blocks and stuff. I still use the key commands. Basically, it's the same as ERAM, or DSR. I don't know. I switch between it, so just depends. I've been so used to using the mouse lately, though, especially since being down in Florida. It's kind of just switch between the two. But yeah, I mean, I tend to do just fine wearing a hoodie. If I just have a good Under Armour hoodie, don't even need a winter coat and weather like this. I guess you just get used to it after a while. It's usually not as bad as people play it out to be. The wind chill, the wind chill can really suck. I had to go pick up a couple things. Like I got a new foot pedal today, so I finally ordered one of the heavy foot pedals. So I've got one of those from Delcom. I'll try to get some pictures of the setup and stuff posted probably on Discord tomorrow, so you guys can check it out. I'll probably update some of the information on the Twitch here too. Try to get some different stuff up. But so I got the new foot pedal. The foot pedal is really nice. I like this one better than my old one because it is much heavier and it plants like onto the ground. So the problem I had with the other one was that I would kick it around and it would slide around and move, and I'd have to constantly reposition it. So this one, hopefully I won't have that problem with anymore. It's actually just kind of planted onto the ground. It's the weight actually keeps it stationary. So I'm happy about that. That was a good investment. Next on the list of things to invest in is probably I need to get another headset just to have a backup one. I need to get for use with stars. I'm planning on getting a stars keyboard, or it's something that I can actually set up to use as a stars keyboard. There's a couple things up there for that. So
north of the airport for a full stop.
February 117 Sierra Bravo Jackson Tower. Roger. Report a 2-mile final for runway 19er. And what is your aircraft type?
Aircraft is a Diamond Twin Star. We'll report 2-mile final, 7 Sierra Bravo.
There's 7 Sierra Bravo, Roger. Again, although I'm working both radar and tower, and I know it sounds kind of silly, especially to those of you guys that are, like, hey, this is, not like VATSIM. It's, basically that whole exchange process that occurred with him was that, I terminated radar from the center environment. There was no information passed about his aircraft to the tower. So the tower would be receiving a blank call, like a cold call from that guy. So they're going to be like, okay, what's your aircraft type? Verify you got the weather. Because that's all stuff that, the center controller wouldn't necessarily have forwarded, or they won't do it all the time.
Salt Lake Center, Freewings 318, on the ground at Idaho Falls. Request IFR to Jackson Hole.
Freewings 318, Salt Lake Center, Roger. Clearance on request. Standby. Framing straight 18. Cleared from the Idaho Falls Airport to the Jackson Airport as filed. Maintain a 15,000. Departure frequency 128.35. Squawk 6617. Hold for release.
Departure is filed. Maintain 15,000. Frequency 128.35. Squawk 6617. Hold for release. Framing straight 18.
Framing straight 18. Read back correct. Advise number 1 for departure.
Will advise. Framing straight 18.
And Jonesy's flying up to an airport that I actually don't know a damn thing about. Dixon. I don't think I've ever worked anyone here before. I had a lot of that today, actually. I had a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of kind of odd requests from people flying out of different airports. You never know what you're going to get when you're working West, the Wild West. That's why we still nickname it, and it still pretty much lives up to that. Looks like there's just one approach in here. RNAV runway 24. Doesn't look like we have a final approach course for that field. I don't believe we do. Yep. Dixon, Wyoming. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, there's a guy on VATSIM that he kind of created a good layout for. I can't remember the name of the company. I've got to look up the company again that does the keyboard. But it's backlit now. The new version of it that they have is backlit. And one of my friends that was actually just at his place yesterday for Super Bowl party, he has the same keyboard, but it's not the backlit version. But he ended up making his own keys for it, and it's good. He's got it all set up to work with stars really well. So that's on the list of things to eventually purchase. They're very pricey because it's more or less like a custom keyboard, and you can set it up to do all sorts of different types of key emulation and stuff. So they're definitely pretty pricey. It costs about $230 or so. Oh, there he is. There's Chris. Yep. That's what is it? X keys, right? I think it's called X keys. The new one they have has got the backlight stuff on it, and AJ Heath actually he put together a really cool, or if it wasn't him, somebody he knew put together a really cool. It's all like printable keys that look exactly like the keys on the Stars keyboard. So that is definitely on the list of things to upgrade to at some point, because I'll be able to run Stars with that and stuff, and that'll look really sharp on the desk too. To have like a backlit keyboard, probably kill this light and just run the backlight on the keyboard. So that should be pretty fun working approach, doing some of that stuff, maybe some Minneapolis approach with that. See what else comes up. I don't know. I may even try to program it to see how it works with VS Proscope here to see if I can actually get some different functionality out of doing things with the scope. Because I was thinking like I could almost set it up to do some bookmark related things too, which might make working the West a little bit easier, especially when you've got such a vast coverage area. So anything I can do to actually shorten up the time it takes for me to focus in on an area, probably the better. I haven't heard anything yet, J Falcon. No, literally, this is my first day back since last week. Tuesday was the last day that I worked last week, so we're talking like 7 days. I've been out of the loop. I haven't seen anything posted, so but I'm not sure. No one said anything to me yet. And Chris, I'm assuming Terrell made it out today, right? Did he make all the flights that he was looking to make, or is he stuck in Minneapolis? Sure hope he's not. That's really going to suck. Oh, he just got back.
Jackson
Well,
Tower,
he's got a day.
1170 Bravo, 2 mile, runway 19er.
At least he has a day to kind of recover. So, number 7 Sierra Bravo, Roger, runway 19er, clear to land, wind 260 at 3.
Clear land, 19er, 70 Bravo.
Probably start thinking about working volunteer down a little bit lower here. Let's take a look. Volunteer 250, advise when you have the automated weather at Dixon, say approach request will enable.
Volunteer 250, we'll both of those for you. Actually, we got it for you. We have the automated weather, and we're just going to take the visual for 2-5.
Volunteer 250, Roger. Expect a visual approach to the Dixon Airport. Descend at pilot's discretion. Maintain a 16,000, 16,000.
Power discretion 16,000. Volunteer 250.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing that he got out, though, because I was actually kind of concerned about him not getting out, mostly because of the Super Bowl. And like I said, at least he's got another day to chill before he's got to go back, because he doesn't go back till Wednesday, so I suppose that should work out. Yeah, Brian, XKeys is pretty cool, man. Like, I've used Chris's for a couple different events and stuff, and it's definitely it's nice. It makes working the immersion level is more, especially when you're running it with V-stars. So yeah, I was happy about that. Yeah, I bought this little charging port here, which I've got set up next to my monitor, so I'm able to plug in everything and charge my tablet and everything simultaneously.
Alpha 3, ready to taxi.
Twin Star 7 Sierra Bravo, Roger. Say intentions.
Over to the southeast, 7 Sierra Bravo.
Southeast parking. All right, 7 Sierra Bravo. Assuming you mean southeast parking, taxi via Alpha this frequency.
Taxi via Alpha, 7 Sierra Bravo.
But yeah, so I just got that this charging port, which I can charge up to like 6 things at one time, which is great. So I can plug my phone into this now. Before I was just like exchanging chargers all the time out of one of my power strips down here. So this makes things a little bit more user-friendly for me. Not very expensive investment either. And then also the metal foot pedal, which I'm already that's growing on me very quick. So that was a good investment. Definitely the heavier pedal was the way to go, because the lighter one just slides around way too much, especially if you don't have a very good floor. It won't grip into it. There's like a gripping thing that's on the back of the pedal. I can try to show it to you guys here. Let's see. I don't know how long this cable is, but I suppose it's long enough. It's not too bad though. So it's just got there's like a rough surface on the back of it and stuff, and it probably weighs about, I'm not even sure how much this weighs. Maybe it's like 3 pounds, give or take. May even be less than that, but it's enough to where it just sits steady on the ground, where the last one was just only weighed less than half this, if not even less than that, maybe a quarter. So it is much nicer using this. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive for an upgrade to it, but I've been meaning to do that for quite some time, so I'm glad I finally punched the buy button on that. And again, I use a program called Joker, which I emulate the F24 key, so it's a fake keyboard key, so it doesn't lock your keyboard up. So I can be sitting here, stepping on the foot pedal, transmitting. As soon as I unkey from the foot pedal, it stops transmitting. Or I can use the push-to-talk here that I have the handheld, so I can just click down on that, and then at the same time be typing and making changes to flight plans or entering in interim altitudes or scratch pad information and stuff. It doesn't lock your keyboard up, which is a really handy functionality to have, especially if you're working like a busy center or something. Either VATSIM or PilotEdge, doesn't matter. Oh, J Falcon, that's a radial and a distance. So from the GQO VOR, which I'm not familiar with what exactly that is, it's the 127 radial and then the 012 DME fix. So that would be It's it's not an NRS point. It's just a radial distance point. So you would just be flying to that radial, that distance from the VOR, and then direct to Iowa City. And I'm assuming the reason that's in there, usually what you'll see those for is due to due to airspace. I'm not sure if maybe there's something nearby that could be like restricted airspace, or it could be just the way that the center sectors kind of flow and mash together. You'll see a lot of that like through the Midwest and stuff. A lot of people will file just distances with the DME point, and that's also what we would enter into if we were clearing you direct somewhere. Like if we gave somebody direct to the field from a certain location, we would enter in the DME and distance from like a major VOR. For the most part, you'd reference a VOR just to show where exactly that point was that the aircraft was cleared direct to something further down the line. So that could also be something that was like ATC entered as well. But if they filed it, that would be probably more something along the lines of airspace related.
So, Salt Lake Center, Freewings 318, holding short of runway 20 at Alpha 1, ready for IFR release.
Freewings 318, roger, time 0519er and 1/4, clearance void if not off within 10 minutes. If not off within 10 minutes, advise Salt Lake Center not later than 15 minutes of intentions, and report airborne on course, released for departure.
Cleared for 10 minutes. We'll advise airborne or otherwise. Change frequency per Freewings 318.
Freewings 318, roger, read back correct. Volunteer 250, descend to pilot's discretion, maintain a 1-2000.
1-2000, our discretion, volunteer 250.
Volunteer 250, advise when you have Dixon Airport in sight.
Well advised, volunteer 250, we're IMC.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if maybe that was something that was just entered in by ATC. It could very well be. But yeah, generally speaking, like that would be like the point that they cleared the aircraft direct to Iowa City. So that could also be. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, that's interesting that you're seeing that like on something. I'm almost wondering if do you have like the flight number? Do you have a link to FlightAware and take a look at it? Because sometimes you'll see that pop in there into the system if they have to like create like a new flight plan for the aircraft. I've seen that type of stuff pop up, or if aircraft have had to be redesignated a flight number like in flight, you'll see stuff like that sometimes pop up. So I'm almost wondering if maybe that was ATC entered, if it's like something from FlightAware. Yeah, copy. I hear you, man. Yeah, it doesn't help that I'm sorry too for you. My phraseology is a little all over the place right now too, because honestly, man, I'm exhausted. I was up. I've been up since way early this morning. I'm trying to change my schedule going forward too, to drop out of the morning shifts, because I very much am a night person. I prefer to be awake late, and backing off of my morning openers is something that I'm absolutely trying to get into. So, because I wouldn't have to start till 2 p.m. Central Time instead of having to start at 10 a.m. Central Time, which would be really nice for me. So, especially when I'm working until 1. Yeah, it sounds like something got Delta 1979. It sounds like something got updated there. We can take a look at it. Oh yeah, for sure something got changed with ATC for sure, because just looking at the route of flight here, they for sure were on a departure procedure coming out of Atlanta. That's no question about that. And then they were cleared direct to Iowa City at some point. So yeah, that was something that was changed by ATC. That's for sure. And I was just on this flight. It wasn't this one, but I was just on this routing just a few days before. So I switched. I did Sarasota, Atlanta, and then Atlanta, Minneapolis, and Minneapolis, Grand Forks. That was pretty cool too. We rolled we rolled off 30 right when we departed out of Minneapolis, and then they give you that right turn to that 340 or 360 heading somewhere in that range coming off the runway when we were heading up north towards Brainerd. And when we rolled wings level, I was sitting on the left-hand side of the plane, just a little bit towards the front, and it was just a CRJ 200, but really nice view over downtown Minneapolis for a few seconds.
For into Dixon.
Volunteer 250, Roger. IFR cancellation received. No traffic observed between you and the Dixon Airport. Radar service terminated. Squawk and maintained at VFR. Frequency change approved. Safe landing.
All right, Squawk and maintain VFR. Appreciate the traffic advisory, and we'll see you along later. Volunteer
250, Roger. But it was kind of neat. Like, I wish I could have grabbed a picture because rolled out just over downtown.
10,000, climbing 15,000.
Framing 318, Salt Lake Center, ident.
Ident, Fearing 318.
Framing 318, radar contact. 3 miles north of Idaho Falls, altitude indicates 10,500. Maintain 15,000. Standby for an altimeter.
Climb and maintain 15,000, Fearing 318.
Framing 318, Idaho Falls, altimeter 29904. So, yeah, but it was cool. We rolled wings level. It's just at the downtown right off the left wing, and you could see the U.S. Bank Stadium for the Super Bowl and stuff just a few days before. And I tried to grab a picture fast enough. I couldn't get my phone out. So, but and we kind of went up into some clouds a little bit like after we rolled level, so just wasn't going to work out well. What's up, guys? How's it going, man? No, actually, Vags didn't make one of the connections, so I had to wait for a couple days to get those back. So it could have been worse, but yeah, I definitely was without that for a little bit. I kind of suspected that was going to happen. It was pretty much just go, go, go. I actually, I talked to Delta about this. I said, guys, I'm more than willing to change flights. Like if you have flights that I can move to where I have longer layovers in Atlanta and Minneapolis, I'm totally okay with it because I always find something to do in an airport. I'm never going to be bored. I'll go and grab a beer somewhere or something. And, it's like I just always find something to do. So, or go get some food. But it's, yeah, it's, I don't know. I called Delta customer service about it and stuff. And they're like, oh, you should be fine. I was like, okay. But to be honest with you, I actually like having the breaks, like breaking up the flights a little bit and having a couple hours in between, even 3 hours in between flights is not a bad thing. I don't mind that at all. I try to plan my trips, like if I have to do layovers, where there's at least some time to kill at the airports and stuff. So find something to get into. And I was exhausted. By the time I got back, I mean, I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We were rolling down State Route 70 to get to Sarasota Airport, and it was that blue moon was going on. They had the whole the lunar eclipse going on, which was really cool. So I got to watch that and stuff on the way to the airport. And yeah, we were pushing back everything on time out of Sarasota. So I didn't get any rest or anything until I got back. So I was exhausted. Yeah, and I've always I've tried to go to a different area of Atlanta Airport every time that I've gone through there and stuff, just to check out different things. And yeah, there's a lot to do, a lot to go see, find some cool stuff, and even like Minneapolis too. There's a couple places I like to go hang out and stuff there. What's up, RC Flyer? How's it going? Yeah, exactly. And the other problem was though too is that I did have an upgraded fare class on that leg. I was in Comfort Plus, and they did tell me they're like if you're gonna start changing around your times that you're leaving and stuff, they're like it's going to screw with that fare class. They're like we probably cannot get you into that fare class, and they looked and stuff just to see, and they did not have anything in the fare class available for Comfort Plus. So, and that's Comfort Plus is pretty cool. I definitely, if I can't get first, I will do Comfort Plus as much as possible because, well, yeah, it's just get the free drinks and stuff, and the extra legroom for a taller person like me is never not appreciated. So, so yeah, I was like, yeah, just leave it. I'll deal with it, whatever. So. Oh, it's even worse when you've got a tight connection at Minneapolis too. Like if anything, the regional terminal is so far away from everything else, and it's like every time I've had a connection at Minneapolis, I've had to go out under the walkway out to I think it's the A gates that are out all the way out. It's like it just sucks. It always takes forever. Quiet night tonight. I don't see a whole lot. I haven't even seen a whole lot of traffic down at Goldie. I don't know if you're still on here. How's it been down there though? It looks like you're talking to like 4 or 5. I've had traffic pretty much all day today. Every shift I've worked, I've had at least 4 or 5 guys at once. And I didn't realize Marcus wasn't around today. I was kind of surprised when I found out he wasn't working. But I'm sure maybe he had like a little bit too much fun at a Super Bowl party last night. I don't know. Looks like he's back on the schedule for tomorrow. So. And man, how about that Super Bowl too, man? I thought that was an entertaining game. A little surprised at the outcome. Not really a fan of either team by any means, but definitely expected that the Patriots were going to pretty much walk away with that. Oh, he said on Friday he was off Monday. Okay. Yeah, the trains. Oh, his kids had the day off. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. And of course, here too, they start doing the snow removal in the mornings. Like they started doing snow removal super early this morning, and it's just you can hear everything through these walls are just really thin in this place. It's the one downfall to it, I guess. And they're supposed to be quiet hours are supposed to be from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. But do you think anyone actually complies with the 10 a.m.? Usually by like 8, they've got maintenance out there working on stuff, making all sorts of noise. Yeah, I can't say that I've seen a whole lot of people coming from the direction that you're flying from right now, Coffee. Generally speaking, then again, too, we've also been limited by not having a final approach course until we just opened. So now we actually do have the final approach course, and I keep forgetting I've got my tool here, which I can use. I got the thing here, so it's like we do have the final approach course, which is right here. See if I can actually get this to show up a little bit better. Let's just use this one here. So yeah, we have the final approach course there, which is represented by that arrowhead. So we can actually vector to something. I don't think that these look exactly correct. I know that we're kind of implementing them off of some data that the FAA depicts on some sort of charts that we're throwing these in. Because the arrowheads look different. Like if I were to pull up Minneapolis Center and show you guys how these look, they're not solid lines. They have dashes. They do have the actual arrow that points to like the approach gate, but they're not solid lines like this. They're usually broken up. Usually they indicate, each line is like a mile or 2 in length at least. So I think it's just the way that they're depicted on some of these diagrams that we've been obtaining, because even Denver's got the same thing going on here too. Usually these should be split up. So, but I mean, I guess if they actually do have one here, then they are able to vector to the final approach course to Jackson. I don't even think they've actually put the ATIS up for Jackson yet, have they? Nope, that's not listed here yet, so, okay. Framing is at 318, advise when you've got the Jackson weather, say approach request when able.
Have weather, request the ILS Yankee runway 19er, full approach from relay, please.
Let's see. Yep, suppose you can do that. Framing is 18, roger, expect ILS Yankee runway 19er approach.
We'll expect that, framing 318.
So yeah, relay is a feeder. And I'm assuming that's going to come off of Victor 298 here. I haven't actually looked that close yet, so let's have a look. Or is that not the case? No, because you're filed for here. Oh, it is. Okay, yeah, so that's just the fix beyond. All right. So yeah, this is one of those instances where I can actually just clear for the approach, because you'll have to stay at 15, since that's the MEA on the airway. Framing 18, cleared ILS Yankee, runway 19er approach. Framing 18, cleared ILS Yankee, runway 19er approach. Oh, did I lose him on radio again? I hope not.
Clear ILS Yankee, runway 19er approach. Thank you.
Framing 18, roger. Change to my frequency as well on 132.35, 3235.
Over to 132.25, framing 18.
Framing 18, use 132.35, 3235. Copy, it should be 13235. This one here, because that'll work for Jackson Hole. That's pretty much the area frequency there. Or wait, did I get that one wrong too? Hang on a second. Watch me have transposed this one as well. I'm sorry, it should have been 133.25. Sorry about that, Coffee. I apologize. Yeah, it should be 133.25. $32.25
Yeah,
also
flight
works
level
as well.
at 15,000.
Free wings 18, roger. Because you'll be able to receive this one to the ground. This one's actually based, this receiver is actually based out of Jackson Hole, so. So basically, since relay's an initial approach fix, he can just fly the full approach. And again, we just cleared for the approach since he's basically already on the airway to execute the approach. So if I turn on, let's do the airways here, Victor 298, we'll take him right to the final approach course. So on the airway right here, we'll track towards the localizer. And then it's going to be a procedure turn outbound, track the localizer outbound pretty much. So yeah, this one here, he would actually have to execute the procedure turn since there is no procedure turn available, or sorry, no PT listed on the chart. So at this point, he'd have to track it outbound, execute the procedure turn, come back in, and then back down the approach this way. Not the cleanest interpretation, but yeah, I think you guys get the picture. Yeah, you'd have to fly the procedure turn for this. Core is also an initial approach fix as well, so which he did file to. So even after relay's a feeder, but Court would be an initial approach fix as well. So yeah, just flying to there, then fly outbound on the localizer, execute the procedure turn to the western side of the localizer, and then come back down the approach. The only side that doesn't have a procedure turn would be if you were taking it from Dunois. But yeah, the MEA between relay and Court is 14,100. So yeah, you would definitely need to do a procedure turn from that side, from the western side. And I mean, basically, he's descending in right over the top of the Grand Tetons here from the western side. So the terrain is a little bit less forgiving west of the field than it is to the east. ILS Zulu, yeah. Yeah, there's, I know there's a few differences between those and stuff. You've got the RNAV points to descend in, and it's got that kind of that curving approach rather than that, from the Yankees, you just track from Dunois all the way out to join the localizer, which is a pretty sharp turn, actually. It's like a 90-degree turn almost, 80-degree turn to the final. Skippy Sigmatic, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the frequency. But yeah, if you have the capability to fly the ILS Zulu, I suppose might as well. It is a really pretty approach though too. It's really cool. Watched Max fly that a couple times on stream. What's up, Sim Pilot? How's it going, man? Doing well. Just back in North Dakota, trying to get everything set up and situated up here. Still kind of playing around with OBS, trying to get decent setup and stuff. I've got 2 cameras now. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the way that they're set up, though. I'm not 100% thrilled with it. I think it's a little bit too much, but like here's my older camera, so I've got this set up just overlooking the entire setup now, so you guys can see this is like what I've been missing working on from Florida. But I've got my square 27-inch ISO monitor. These retail for about 12 to 1300 US. Very expensive square monitors. Not many people make these anymore, especially this size. You can find like 19-inch square monitors, but they're much, much smaller. Yeah, I played around with this a little bit and stuff. I found out that I can tilt it, which I was really happy about today because I wasn't sure if it was actually possible to do that. This is about as far out as it tilts, but it looks a little bit better than it did before because before I was just kind of running it flat, but it's a little bit more user-friendly from sitting position to actually see the monitor from here, which is good. So I run all the information that I need up on the right-hand side of the monitor, just looking through charts and taking a look at the PilotEdge map when I want to see where people are, what people are doing. Pull up my SOP information here. If I need to see the ATC page, I can go and mess around with it on here. Sometimes it's easier to change it than using the tablet. And then just try to pay attention to what's going on the left monitor. I have a few scope-related things on the left-hand side here, just kind of showing the ground, what the ground looks like. Have an overview of the western U.S. so I can pay attention to like who's where, especially if I'm working like a large amount of traffic and stuff. Just kind of gives me a big picture. I can just glance up at it, and I've got an approach control scope that I'm sort of setting up. Just started working on that today. So, and then I just put the Twitch stuff up on the left. But yeah, it's a much nicer setup than what I had before, that's for sure. How cold is it there? It was like -7 last I checked. It is pretty cold. Yeah, never enough monitors when you stream, exactly. Yeah, this is pretty cool for an ATC setup too. Like when I found this monitor, I knew it was a steal as soon as I got it. The story that behind the monitor is that I had been searching for one for quite some time, and I just happened to go onto Amazon and take a look for the ISO monitor, and anyways, it looks like he went just a little bit through the localizer there, coffee, a couple miles. Sorry, just getting sidetracked by that there. Just want to make sure he's correcting. But so the story was Amazon. They list, they have this link on the detail page underneath. Like when you find a monitor, you find something you like, you find the detail page. And I used to work for Amazon, so I knew how to hunt for this stuff. But it said other offers. Click here underneath the detail page because the buy box winner always is the first one that shows up on the detail page. And of course, that was ISO. I think it's the company itself, and they're winning the buy box. They sell the product. So, anyways, it said other offers. Click here, and there was one from $11.20. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me! This has got to be a mistake. So I clicked on that, and it brought me to the other list of sellers, which there's like 10 or so at least. And Amazon warehouse deals had it listed for $11.20, and I was like, okay, this is either going to be extremely broken and a waste of $11.20, or they mislisted the price. So I punched the buy button immediately on it, and had it shipped to the house, and I was able to test it in the summer and stuff, and it worked just fine. And I was like, well, somebody screwed up with Amazon then, because what they do is ISO they'll send the products in to the warehouse. And if the warehouse breaks something, or if they drop something off of a forklift or whatever when they're placing things, they'll buy it. They'll pay full price to the seller for the product. So whatever the seller's listing it for, they'll reimburse for it. So they'll take the unit, they inspect it. They have a team that inspects it in the warehouse, and if they think that it's still usable, they'll relist it and sell it under Amazon warehouse deals. This is all something that they can do. This is all in their policies. So they relisted it under a warehouse deal, and I think that they mistakenly entered in the wrong price. They should have put in probably 1,120, and they only put in $11.20. So they missed 2 decimal points at least. Freewings 318, contact Jackson Tower 118.07.
Over to Tower, Freewings 318.
I don't think though, Jay Falcon, they wouldn't list something for that cheap though. That's the problem. Let's wait for coffee to check in here. Keep the story.
Jackson Tower, Freewings 318, crossing Fat Mill, final runway 19er.
Freewings 318, Jackson Tower, runway 19er, clear to land, wind 260 at 3.
Clear to land, runway 19er, Freewings 318.
All right, so no, they would not sell it for that cheap on purpose. And I mean, when I got the box delivered here, it was in really good shape. So there's no way that they listed that for the correct price. Like that should have been sold for like 11, it should have been 1,120, no question about it. So but yeah, so I got that for a real steal. It was really lucky. You can find this monitor though, like if you look it up on YouTube and stuff, some people have put together some pretty decent reviews on it. There's like this one guy that did like a 15-minute review on it, and I was able to learn a few things about the monitor that I actually didn't even know. It definitely does support higher resolution. Like I can up this to 2750. That's not correct. I think it's 2052 by 2052. So if I actually wanted to even get more out of the pixels and stuff, I could actually up the thing. It wouldn't be good for the stream. You guys would have trouble seeing everything at that point. But for me, it would give me a little bit more detail. I'm not a huge fan of it because it's not native resolution for ATC software to run stuff at that high of a resolution. But it definitely can make it easier. It gives you more monitor real estate to work with, especially people that are in medical fields or if they're in architectural based fields and stuff. Like monitor real estate's a really big deal. So you do some pretty cool stuff with it. Yeah, I'm not even sure 120, honestly. I think it should have been listed for 1120 because the box was not even remotely damaged. I still have the box that's sitting in here, and they screwed up. So, but they have to honor it. So and they do. And it doesn't hurt the seller too, because I would have felt even worse if it was hurting like the third-party seller, because they get concerned about that stuff. They see Amazon selling their product, and they're like, well, why are they doing this? This is taking business from me. And it's really not. It's just that because they paid full price to the seller, so they took a big loss when I bought this monitor. Amazon took a loss. So, but again, they will honor it when they screw up. So, if you ever find something that you're interested in on Amazon, on the detail page and stuff, make sure you take a look at other offers. Click on that link on the bottom of the detail page, and see if there's any Amazon warehouse deals. Because every once and again, you'll find stuff. And I haven't really had any issues with stuff being terribly broken. Like they do list the condition pretty accurately. So if there is like cosmetic damage and stuff, they'll explain it pretty good. But every once and again, you'll get a pretty good steal, and you might get something for 50, 60, 70, 80% off what the normal price would be. So it's worth looking into. I do try to pay attention every once and again. I'll go check the detail page for this monitor just to see if there's anything else out there. But this is like one of the best ones on the market. It's like one of the only ones on the market that they make this size. And it definitely is great. Like when you guys watch me do some of the ATC from VATSIM, you'll see the difference running V-stars and running ERAM on a monitor like this, it's more native resolution. It does look a hell of a lot better. Favoring straight 18, taxi via alpha to the ramp this frequency.
Taxi alpha to the ramp, remain on frequency. Favoring straight 18, thank you.
Well, he was my last one for now. Looks like we do have somebody coming into San Francisco, but he is a ways out. I think he's still on the ground in LA, actually. Can't remember the exact distance. I think he is on the ground though. Yeah, he's still on the ground in LA. So I'm not even sure. That's going to be a ways off before he gets up here. So I don't know if anyone else is flying. I really don't see anybody connected. And coffee, or unless you're planning on doing some more flights, which is fine. But no, it looks like it's just dead. The whole network is just quiet right now. I don't even, like, was it busy this weekend? Or did anybody actually fly this weekend? I'm assuming it was probably pretty quiet last night with the Super Bowl. Done for the night? Okay. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I think I'll wrap up the stream here then, guys. Honestly, it's probably a good time to do it. I'm starting to get pretty tired myself, so I'm going to take it easy for the last hour here. Probably go grab something to eat real quick. And as usual, I just throw it up on speaker and stuff if I ever walk away from the computer, so I'm never more than a couple seconds away. But yeah, let's see if we can find somebody to host right now. See what's going on. Fester Geek is hosting right now. Or what is he doing? He's streaming. Over 20. Actually, 20 is, that's the last like few weekends, it's been closer to like 30 to 40. That's been incredibly busy. Yeah, Jackson's pretty cool. That's a cool airport to fly into. That's for sure. Yep. So guys, I'll keep working on the stream. I'm going to keep working on some OBS stuff this week. I know Mike and I have a bunch of new, like, I'm rebranding the page. So a whole bunch of stuff is going to be released this week. It's going to look a little different. Still got to do work on OBS as well, some of the scene selection. I just wanted to get something going tonight so that you guys can kind of have a feel for how this is going to look going forward. This is my regular setup, so this is what I normally work from. So I'm just kind of getting back into stuff too, though. So, but yeah, we'll have everything set up better this week, closer to this weekend. I'll probably look at doing some VATSIM streaming. I may have an opportunity to do that this weekend. So if I can get on center for a little bit, I might actually try to do that. I'm thinking maybe Saturday night for that. So, yeah, thanks, Coffee. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for bearing with me here tonight as well. Yeah, you guys have a good one. All right, I'm going to throw a host over to Faster Geek. He's a retired air traffic controller. Really cool guy. Definitely like watching his stream. Nice dude. So give him a shout out. I will jump on there too and say hi for a little bit and see what he's up to. Peace out, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
Out, but have you ever noticed how some people, when they're concentrating on something, oh my goodness, Grandpa, now host my